one the victim. We done had 6 moments, 6 moments. Have people that on them. How can we end up this?
One of my best friends is a dentist, and my daughter's godmother. We like talking about fighting. I do. It's right now I like talking about fighting. Sometimes we enhance it on you. And I love boxing. I just love to do it. It goes right back into that something. So I'm glad it come here. I hope they ain't see that. As soon as I'm like, take it to them.
When it was discovered that Ray M had cheated on her husband with an easy-to-forget person, she almost destroyed her marriage by defending her loyalty and said she was happy with her new youthful lover. She'd is reportedly upset that, despite Papoose's best attempts to stay faithful, he didn't put up a stronger fight for his marriage since he was more focused on his own career, which was just beginning to take off. He would travel to Bedford Correctional Center for women to attend all of Rema's significant occasions while she was incarcerated. He also postponed his own work, missing gigs and recording sessions, to ensure she knew he loved her and never felt alone. Sadly, he never faltered, and everyone who knew him knew how much he loved her. He gave up his.
So I'm shutting down. Right?
So he came up every day?
Every day. For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you visit every day, the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So literally every day. It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
He was running every coming up there.
Yeah, so like, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, like, that was the right now, like, he's like, alright, cool, and come out and go the rest of the night 3 times. Or, like, you know, he still like he was there alive. I spoke to him almost like.
Papoose showed his commitment to their relationship by trying to be there for them whenever he could, despite their distance from one another. He made promises to Remy over the phone and helped her get through difficult times, such as when she was still in shackles in jail. He took his vows to her seriously and turned away everyone who attempted to break up with them, with one exception. There were claims that he had cheated on her while she was incarcerated and had gotten another woman pregnant. Even after the false charges were dropped, Papoose stated, "I love the ground my wife walks on, and I would never cheat, at least not with someone ugly," demonstrating his commitment to her. Finding out that your girl and the person you trusted the most may have been hiding something from you is the last thing anyone wants. Papo was accused of inappropriate behavior, and some claimed he even touched the small child. I understand that this sounds harsh.
Told y'all that Remy Ma and Papoose are done. I told y'all that Papoose put hands on that little boy she messed with, because that's a little boy. That's not a grown man. Remy damn near 45, okay? Remy damn near 45 years old. This little boy was fine. He is trying to get a come up and rap. Remy Ma and Papoose is supposed to own this company together, and Remy Ma ends up sleeping, and I'm gonna say allegedly, with the help. This one's sad. Remy Ma might have said it back before. Why don't these men don't do dating, let alone this? Girl, what is my business though? But you done set us back to a point. You did. They never look at this. You know, we done what's that? You know me? Not black. What's up? What's up? Baby, that's crazy. And then you gonna get a man that was just like you? You don't have anything else? Like, what? I don't get it. I hope that what I'm hearing ain't too out of box right now. I hope you kids are really mine, don't walk with me, mom. No shade to that lady. Nothing about it. Yeah, I saw her relationship was very much great. You know, he looked like he loved me. He always bragged with me. They always looked happy. You know, that be the shit that y'all putting up to him. He looked up to it. It's the hometown, but it don't be right. It don't be right, and it only be a rumor for a week. But just by how he looked at his response to the damn man, I've been trying to mind celebrity please shut. Why? I ain't got no man. See, and that's
Rape. Everyone who had witnessed the sacrifices Papoose had made to support Remy realized that everything she had said was false after it was revealed that she had cheated in public. She sought to blame Remy for her leaving their marriage and made fun of people who had supported him. I've been trying to be considerate to a celebrity, so let me turn off the music. Despite Papo's claim that there were reasons why their relationship was failing, he allowed Remy to stay until she was ready to leave, even though he later saw her hugging a new man. Rye did not treat his child badly, even when he brought her to his birthday celebration room. I truly tried to keep their marriage intact, at least in public, because they were showing off matching watches. Some people believe that this other rapper is the man she is now dating, unless it is evident that he was warned about Remy when they initially started dating, but he chose to ignore the warning in the hopes that things would get crazy. He is now ready to go on and enjoy life after realizing that he loved her far more than she loved him, even though he never said or did anything to harm her. He hasn't seemed this excited about someone in a long time, and it looks like he has a new girlfriend. Unfortunately, Papoose, her brother with whom she had lately reconciled, was distraught since he seemed like the ideal man for the wrong woman. In order to give their relationship the best chance of survival, insiders claim that Pep is attempting to keep it a secret for as long as possible. He is currently seeing a boxer. Remy has previously faced adversity, and her path has been replete with public fluctuations between her turbulent personal life and her rise to fame as a harsh rapper. But what happens when a storm of infidelity, public disgrace, and personal tragedy threatens to topple everything? What happens if a committed relationship starts to fall apart? Even though Remy has been through a lot in the past, insiders close to her say she is at yet another turning point in her life. She is finding it harder and harder to let go of the past, especially when discussing the possibility of getting back together with her ex-partner Papoose. For a while, it seemed as though the storm of their relationship was finally settling down, and there was hope that they may resume dating after Remy was released from prison. The remnants of their broken marriage, she appears less and less certain, though, that getting back together is what's best for Remy as time passes. She's not a fool, but after the storm passes, it's not as simple as it seems to begin a new relationship. She is aware that finding someone who will assist her as much as Papo did is uncommon, particularly in her line of work. Papoose remained at her side in spite of his flaws, repeatedly demonstrating that he was willing to put her needs ahead of his own, even if it meant giving up his job, his time, and his happiness. Loyalty and devotion are uncommon in the hip-hop industry, according to many. Even when it seemed like everything was against them, he did not allow her to leave, and he traveled frequently to be with her during her captivity, devoted to her welfare, particularly considering all that they have been through. The thought of starting over with someone new overwhelms her, and she wonders if she made the right decision in leaving someone so devoted. Although Remy struggles with her emotions, she is unable to ignore how her life is changing because time passes and the world doesn't wait for anyone to get better. Remy was recently seen out with a new partner, a rapper, with whom she appeared to have a special bond. Rumor has it that the two are showing off matching watches, which some see as a subtle sign of their growing romance and an outright declaration that she has found someone who can completely replace Papoose. Some, on the other hand, are dubious and argue that it might just be a close bond or even family. Even though Remy hasn't disclosed the details of her relationship with the new man, it's certain that the chemistry has changed. As if the emotional turmoil in her personal life wasn't enough, Remy now has to deal with her son Jason Scott in a catastrophic turn of events. Jason, 23, was just taken into custody on suspicion of a major crime. The accusations relate to a fatal incident that occurred in Queens in 2021. Remy, who is very protective of her son, finds it nearly impossible to face the prospect of a lengthy prison sentence in a public address. She fears for her son's future and is heartbroken by Jason's imprisonment. Remy stated that she was committed to maintaining her child's purity. She believed the legal system to be honest and was confident that the New York Police Department would conduct a thorough investigation. As a mother, Remy is doing everything she can to support her child during a very trying time for her family. She explained that she is holding on to the hope that justice will be served, as are her loved ones. She went on to say that because the situation is still unresolved, her lawyers have told her to keep quiet about it in public for the time being. Remy is committed to helping her son through this difficult period, but despite her determination to remain strong, she is truly concerned about the unknowns that surround his future. Since Papoose is no longer with her, Remy is struggling and worried about her family's future. Her fear of losing her son to the criminal justice system makes it difficult for her to remain composed, and the idea that she might be fighting this battle alone is a horrible reality that she hasn't fully come to terms with. The fact that Papoose appears to be moving on and forgetting their strong link makes it much more difficult for her. It's difficult for her to keep from feeling resentful as she observes him seemingly succeeding without her while she is left to start over, even though she isn't solely to blame for the situation. Remy gets annoyed, especially when she thinks Papo isn't paying attention to her struggles, and the emotional strain of what she's is beginning to wear her down, and it's obvious that she feels overburdened by the rising demands. Her life partner, the one person she believed would always be there for her, is no longer there. Therefore, she must face the storm alone. Because her emotions are so raw, she often can't help but yell and rage because she feels like no one really gets how terrible her circumstances are. Remy's predicament is hard to explain because she is torn between the past and the future. Torn, Remy finds it difficult to remain composed when confronted with the reality of her current circumstance and the love she previously shared with Papoose, both of which are at stake. Losing the person who used to be her rock weighs heavily on her. She also has to deal with the very real possibility that her son's actions will have serious consequences. Right now, many are worried about Remy's ability to rebuild her life. Will she be able to accept her choices and go on, or will the pain of her past follow her through this uncertain chapter? Every day, the pressure increases. Even the strongest people have weaknesses. Therefore, it's unclear if Remy will be able to withstand this most recent storm, even as she has obviously weathered adversity in the past.
What you talking about? Not telling someone they still beat it. Yeah, they fight that. Like people like, oh, maybe this beneath me, Like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? It hinders on my family. I don't care. I don't care. If you know you don't for people that's bigger than you. Like, what you talking about? I don't have no sympathy for you. Oh, well, you was little, she was big, we was talking